Okay guys, I don't remember what I recorded. I think I recorded the scale. Okay guys, I don't remember what I recorded. It was yesterday and then I had a cookout, but I worked on the scale. I got it all set up. I got it turned on to where it works, and I got it calibrated, which I could go through that and show you guys how to do that. It's not real hard. I found a new wire for it. I had to solder on the ends up there, up in the ends up there, and then I got it working. I weighed out and I put it on there. Well, come to find out, this one and this one meters, the cells, load cells on the two front corners were working. Well, I cut this one, the line here, because it had a smashed area in it. So I went ahead and cut it. Was going to put it back together. And then I got down here and I pulled these two bottom ends out, and the mice had gotten in these runs, and this run and then this run inside of the thing, and chewed the wires in half. And the back two scale elements weren't working at all. So I was going to go in and start rewiring these with new wiring. Well, I got to looking at this one, and it's cut and chewed up and messed up right at the thing, right at the sensor. So I said to heck with it. I think these are about 30 bucks a piece, $35 a piece, something like that. So I ordered 4 new ones with all new wiring and everything, and I'm gonna run all new wiring all the way up through and into my circuit panel in here, which I'm assuming the circuit board in here is working just fine, because I was actually getting signals from those two a little bit, like they were kind of working, but not really. It was more coming off these front two. So I think the circuit board's still good in here. I just got to get new cells, scale cells. So I got them coming in. They should be in Monday or Tuesday. I'll get it all rewired, get it all wired together. I'm going to go ahead and probably delete this section of wire too, go straight to this white stuff. That stuff is solid copper core wires, and so it should have no issue with going in there and having no problem with it. It's not a stranded, it's a solid wire, and I've got 100 foot of it or more over there, so I can deal with that. But yeah, we'll have it going. But today, in the meantime, we're gonna work on this. Okay guys, I don't know where I'm at on this video, so bear with me. It's gonna be all over the place. My scale cells are gonna be coming in sometime today, so I am gonna be finishing that and getting it up and working, hopefully by the end of the day. But for now, I'm gonna start tearing into these air conditioners and get them tore down, and we'll just go from there. I don't know, this video is gonna be all over the place. All right, we got some stuff here to tear down later. Right now we're going to tear into this air conditioner. Like I say, I'm getting these from a buddy of mine that does HVAC, and he drains them and gets them all ready for me. Looks to be Phillips. We'll start right there anyway. Actually, guys, let me get you guys set up over here. I'm gonna set you guys up right here. on the magnet mount, and I might have to switch you over to there when I do them. But yeah, let me do that. Now, what I have learned on these is there's a lot more screws and a lot more work to do these than it is a dual window unit. But there's still a lot of goodies in them. So I don't mind doing them. These you don't have to do right now. They're just what holds this particular coil in half. There is a lot of copper in them though, guys. Like I say, these here is where these shine at. These things can be a pain in the butt to get apart. Sometimes you just gotta get a little leaning on them. Little circuit board. On these units, I just come to the realization is you just kind of go around and take out every screw you can see, and eventually it will start to fall apart for you. You don't know. Eventually. Okay, let's do some cutting here. Get that down out of the way. Get something now. There's a little motor and a transformer. Take this off. This foam stuff is a pain in the butt, but got a little piece of copper right there. I'll go drill a hole in the bottom of this, get it drained. There we go. Rest of it's pretty easy, guys. It's just a matter of tearing it down. This is just trash. Got another ACR. Cut them in a second. We'll get all this good stuff right here up on the table so I can go through it. Separate it out. We got an electric motor right here. Let's go ahead and try to get it out of plastic. There we go. And that, sometimes these are aluminum, sometimes these are copper, but this one is pretty heavy, so I'm assuming it's copper. I'll bring you guys over to the bench once I get it tore down. All the way here. We got a couple small motors here on the fan drive, copper in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It might not be on focus. If they're easy enough to get to, I'll get to them, but if they're not, I throw them in a small electric motor. But these seem like they're pretty easy. So we'll see how hard they are once we get tearing them apart. This one actually has a hole made to get down in there. Just like so. There it is, guys. Pretty simple. Bring it over here. Knock this out real quick. Normally I wouldn't do this, guys. I would normally just tear it down, throw all this up here, get the next unit and do it. Which is what I'm going to do with the ACRs, because I like to do them in batches where I don't have to get everything out every time. But for you guys, I'll go ahead and tear down all this stuff. Some of this stuff is not from this air conditioner, but let's get all this wire out of here. A lot of this stuff just unplugged, guys. Capacitors. If it don't unplug, just cut it off. There's another little transformer. Get it out of there. Throw that in my wire bucket. Like I say, guys, I'm gonna melt all this stuff down. Whether I buy a forge or I build one, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I have so much of this wire, and I get so much of it. And I have the machine over there to separate it, so why not? Okay. Get that little guy out of there. Little transformer. Let's see. Nothing holding this in. Yes, there is too, right there. One right in the center. Small board, nothing special. Rest of that is shred. Let's get this little board out of here. Junk. Throw them down there. I'm gonna beat it, guys. I gotta take this back. Took that whole thing apart with a number 1. Didn't even realize it. No aluminum motor, irony aluminum, transformer. Don't forget about it. It's a little bit of cast, but ain't worried about too much. Get that kind of powder right there. Go ahead and get this out of the way. This is out of that scale that I got off a buddy of mine. This controller was junk, so I ended up having to buy a controller for it. And I actually cut this transformer apart, guys. Well, I didn't cut it apart. I tore it apart and rewired it, trying to get it to work, because somebody had tore the wires out of it. Well, I went in there, I had to cut this all back. I'd go in there and rewire them back onto the terminals they went on. And it put out voltage, but the controller was bad. So I fixed the transformer, but then the controller was junk. So, but we're now gonna bust it apart from the copper. I tried to save it, it didn't want to be saved. So this is a stainless box. I could take the air chisel and blow them right off there. That's what I should do. A little bit of thread. A little bit of wire down here. I'm sure this was probably a pretty nice scale back when it was sheet aluminum. We're just going to chuck this right over here because I might need a couple of these before I break them off because I'm redoing that scale, so I'm going to save that. And that will happen today when I get the parts in. Let's get a, well, we'll just go like this. We're going to throw that over there into number 1. I know some yards don't take it as number 1, but mine does. Well, I don't know, my new one, they took it the last time, but that's probably because I take in so much. There we go. Let's see if we can get this apart. I don't know if I can get that valve out of that thing or not. This is discharge. It was empty when I got it. It must have come in some of that auction stuff. I've never tore a fire extinguisher apart, so why not, huh? That comes right out. That's all aluminum too. Now I'm sure there's powder left in here, so let's get this upright. A little bit of it in there. Get in that second. Let me go dump this powder out in the dumpster. All right, guys. We emptied it out. Nice aluminum can. I don't know. We're going to throw it in there. If they tell me the next time, cut them in half, I'll cut them in half with the jaws of life. Let's see what we got here. That feels like plastic. It is. Venturi nozzle inside there. That's kind of like what was in my sandblaster, but it was a lot bigger and it was made out of carbide. Hey, we're getting down all the way down to the bare aluminum here. Really simple, guys. I mean, there ain't nothing to it. There we go. A little piece of brass on there. That probably ain't gonna come out of there. It looks like it's glued in there. Yep, come out. There we go. That's all aluminum. Little rolls of copper in here. These were the electric motors that were on the those were the electric motors that were on the doors that open up on the top of those tubed air conditioner units. They're little. Usually I wouldn't mess with them, but look at that. They come right apart. They only take a second. So, why not? There they are. Pull my gloves off. Actually, get that off there. I'm gonna throw them in there right like that in the number 2 with all this. Okay, we're gonna tear these apart. These are riveted too, so we're gonna chop them up, get the screws out of them, out of the ones we can. This one I don't think is riveted, that one is. This one don't feel real heavy either, so I'm assuming it's aluminum. See these little C-clips on there, guys? Take them and spin them around to where they're facing straight up at you, the 2 ends, and just smack them with a hammer and they come right off. Like that. You don't need no pliers, you don't need anything, just smack them. Let's see what this one is. This one might be copper, might not be. I don't know. A lot of tape on, I know that. It's copper, guys. Where's my air chisel? Found it. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I just cut the tabs off. I didn't know if the vise would hold it. Usually I do it on the ground. Like so. It's copper too. Put that in the wrong box anyway. Set the motor over there, tear it apart a little bit. These are little copper. This is a little copper motor too. Transformer. I just smash them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Yep, there it is. It's a little transformer too. And there's some copper right here. If you want to go after that, you can. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. It depends on how hard it is to get out. If I chase it at all. Probably should have done this before I bent it open to get the center out of it. Once I deform that, it's hard to get it out of there. Sometimes I'll slide right up out of there though. I had another pair of dikes that are a lot sharper than these. I just bend them straight. See if I can get them out of there. Yeah, see, I'm deforming that whole thing. And you can probably just grind the end off of them, and they'd probably come out a lot easier. But I'm not worried about that much little copper. I'll just get a little bit what I can and go on with it. Plastic. Drive the center out. That's a big, well, it's not big. It's a transformer. Cut the one end off of it and pull it right off. Cut it off like that. Pull it right out of there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, those motors are done. They're ready to be processed. We got a little bit of number one. That could go into bright and shiny because that is uncoated, even though it came out of a transformer, which is what I'm going to do with it. This is all number one, bright and shiny number one, number two. I've got a bunch of stuff up here on my desk that I really need to work through, get it processed down. This stuff here is all cast aluminum. We're going to dump all them together because eventually I'm going to bust them apart. That's all stainless. Those are plugs. Try to downsize this a little bit, guys. That don't matter. Okay, off to the big air conditioners. Let me get you guys on my head. I don't know if I've showed you guys this in a while. I did this back when I first started YouTube. I took one of the flat GoPro mounts with the 3M tape on it, and I got a magnet out of a microwave, and it works great. I can stick it on the wall wherever I want. It just works good. I can put it wherever I need to. Made my own magnet mount. I don't know if you guys have them. I got a whole bunch of them that are extra. I bought a kit that come with like a little tripod and a little floating handle and a wristband thing and a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, we're gonna get into them now. All right, guys, we're gonna tear this apart. The A coil, it looks like it's in a container still, so have to work that out. I was looking for my little 1/4 inch drive guide thing I had, but that'll work. I don't know how much of this I'm going to take apart. To get it out, but we're going to tear it apart. Figure it out. Just glued. Shred. Got a motor here. Looks like it's got 1/4 inches on it. Might as well tear it apart right here while we're standing here. Get the bolts out of it at least. Put it on the floor, see if it'll fall apart. Yep, pretty much. This should just slide out of there. Looks like it pretty much is. Insulation's hanging up on it. flip it up this way and see if we can't drag. Oh, we got a bolt right here, slowing us down. Get that out of there. Thread. Pretty good size A-coil. That's some shred. Get it out of here. When I open the door in a little bit to take that out, we'll take that out. Well, I could just smash that down. Let's go ahead and get on this. Let's find the right size sockets. $12, so that'd be 11. I probably don't have my 11, but that works right there. If I get to doing a bunch of these guys, I'll have a whole set of sockets dedicated just for this. Like I say, I'll take all that out when I open the door. It's going to be warm out today, so I'm going to try to do it pretty quick and get it out of here and get the door back closed so the air conditioning stays in. Hang on there. There we go. Move that out of there. Get the dikes. Might be able to just zip all this stuff right off. Like so. There we go. There's that. Okay, what do we got here? Cut that off like that. Get all this good copper. That's bolted to the bottom. Go around it like this. Battery's dead. See it flashing? One of these batteries are junk. This might be the one. Sounds better. Definitely got more horsepower now. And I'm not forgetting these guys. I will get them off there.
Let's just cut it right here, because we got to cut it right there anyway. What the heck size is that? $13 like the other one. Nice, good size older unit. Oh yeah, she's getting some weight. Yep. Let's get her over here by the other ones. I got junk everywhere. Lay her down. Eventually, guys, I will build a table. I think they're called Empire Dirt, I think is what it's called, but they had the best setup I've seen yet. So I'll just set it up there like that for now. Like I say, eventually, if I start getting a bunch of these, I'll have a setup ready for it. If I'd known them bolts on the side right there, I would have took them out a long time ago. There we go. That one's tore down pretty much. Got some goodies. Go through. Got some copper to refine. Throw it all up here. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of here. I'm gonna carry it out and throw it in one of them other totes I had in the previous videos, guys. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Give me a thumbs up. It don't cost a thing. I appreciate all the supporters I have out there. And yeah, so let me get this thrown out, taken care of, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, we're gonna break the take coil down real quick here and get them cut up. Well, after we get that off there, a little bit of plastic. Miss a bolt? No. A little bit of plastic. A little bit of sharp. A couple A coils. We'll cut them here in a minute. Get them processed down. So we got a little pile of them again. A little bit of oil coming out of them. No biggie. All right, let's get a tote up here for throw that down there for now. Number 1 and number 2, so I don't have to walk back and forth, bore you guys to death. That's all number 1. water coming out of it where it's been sitting outside. Number 2, I throw a piece of number 1 in there already. Damn things. I think I just got a dirty head in here. I might have to take these apart and clean them. I'm not sure what's going on with them. Number 1, 2, number 1, number 1, number 1, number 1. Like I say, guys, this is where these things shine. They really shine doing this small, you know, central air conditioner units, any kind of copper, tubing. You know, you get the heavy wall stuff, maybe not so much, but this small stuff, you can really process it down fast. And if you're getting a bunch of them, they're worth it. Because you can really chop it down small, like such, and you can get the number 1 and number 2 out of it a lot easier. Like that, you know, you get that little piece of number 1 right there. Them are number 2 because they got solder on them. This is a piece of brass. We're just gonna throw it right in the brass. So you can get that little piece there, number 2. And right now, as high as copper is, every piece counts. You know, that's another piece of brass. It's got a valve in it though. I mean, this thing will flat cut it off. That'll be number 2. Another piece of number 2. Let's get these wires out of here. Them are, I thought they were almost strippable, but them are little tiny wires inside there. So we're just gonna throw that right in here. Get that valve out of there. Really, we don't even need to get it out of there for as little as it is. As much as I'm taking in, I'm not even gonna mess with them, guys. I'm gonna check to see if these are red or yellow though. That's yellow. I could take him out. I got a valve stem remover. Get this water off the table here. I just don't know where it's at. Give me a minute, let me find it. You know, guys, I think that valve stem remover's over here on the tire machine. I might have taken it off the tire machine already though too. There's still a bunch of tire stuff in here. Nope, I must have taken it off there. It must be over here in the boxes somewhere. I could always cut that off with the jaws of life. Make it easy. As I come over here in the automotive shop, and Johnny has made one out of a screwdriver. We have one somewhere around here. It's got a black and orange handle on it. I just don't know where it's at, but we got them out of there. That's all that matters. There we go. One of these days I might be able to find it. I don't know. Looks like he's working on a Chevy. There we go. Couple chunks of brass. all aluminum cast. Aluminum motor. In there. You guys ain't seen this in a while because I ain't used it but one time. I ain't used it but one time. Find the spot right here where it's open. Well, that one's not quite open enough. Cuts motors right open. Let's see, we dealing with aluminum or we dealing with steel or copper? Copper. Let's get this over here. Get this process down. That ain't worth stripping either, so it's gonna go in the shredder. Oh, I got rid of my steel box. I dumped it a minute ago. Throw that in there. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get in there with the jaws of life. We can definitely make it to where we can get in there with the jaws of life. There we go. Good enough. And yes, it will cut right straight through that. Oh, feller. Hell, that was it. It was just loose. And riveted. It is. Okay, go back to my cutter bit. Got some studs on the back of it. I'll make me work for it. Hopefully it's got a copper motor in it. Good enough. Running out of room here. Yep, it's copper. steel, iron, aluminum, steel. Huh. I'm going to say there should be some silver contacts in there. The hell. Come on. And in there. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Yep, that ain't gonna happen either. Okay, let's get the silver contact. That's probably brass, majority of it. I know it is. Why didn't I do that to begin with? I'm going to save myself a ton of time and effort. I know that's steel. Yep. Man, that's a thick contact. Look at that where I cut through that, guys. That's solid silver. That ain't no coated one. That's brass. What is that? Oh, that's one of them rivets. That magnet, yep. Okay, brass. That might be copper. I doubt it. Brass. The rest of that's junk. Damn it. Do all that work to get it out of there and now throw it on the ground. That in there.
Okay guys, that's gonna be the end of that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Here eventually I'm probably gonna end up making a merch store. I'm gonna offer a copper catcher, the copper catcher, green, neon green coffee cups. So we're gonna work on that, some shirts, whatever. I've got a local company here that does t-shirts and hats and whatever, so I'll probably end up getting with them and getting a website set up and made, and start offering some merch out there for people to buy if they're interested. But appreciate what you guys do.